minute to set up. She's hanging with me, and she'll be a little excited while I'm down here for the first time, but she should go lay down in just a minute. And if not, I'll ask her to leave the room. Moni, go lay down. Go lay down. Go on. Go lay down. Go lay down. She's like, what? But you're down here. So, today I'm thinking about love and kindness. There's a love and kindness meditation. Right now it's very low, so you probably can't hear it, but I have the Loka Samasta Bhavantu. So we're, focusing on and meditating on all beings be happy, safe, and free, and our existence contributing to that. May we all be well and free of fear, and do what we can do to support each other, to help each other, to reach out. All right. So we'll do, it'll be a class similar to what I teach on Saturday morning, Monday evening. Remember, always modify. I give options. Start with the more basic options and then add on if you want more of a challenge. But remember, the whole purpose of getting on your mat is to be present, to be in your body, to check in with ourselves, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So, Moni, I'm going to ask you to take another nap. Go on. No, go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. No. Go. You're going to have to leave the room. She's like, make me. All right. I guess we're going to have to leave the room then. All right. So remember, there are animal shelters. I think there are a lot of fosters going on if you need a little buddy at home right now while this is going on. I think, I know Rao is doing that. Okay. Come on, good. Let's go out. Lay down. All right. So let's go ahead and find our comfortable seats. Sit up nice and tall. Lift your shoulders up and let them roll back and down. Hands are on your knees, elbows soft under your shoulders. Eyes are closed, you're gazing down. And just notice your breath and how your breath comes in and out of the body. Begin to deepen your breath. Finding an equal inhalation, exhalation, in and out through the nose. So when we practice, we go for the inhalation. You can also do a little constriction at the base of the throat to come into your Ujjayi breath, your victory breath. Remember when we were talking the other day, we were talking about the deep Dirghaswasan breath. And remember how much more oxygen you can get into your body when you breathe deep and slow exhale like that. So it's very calming. And in our yoga practice, we always practice ahimsa, non-violence. No pain or judgment in your practice. Your body is your own best teacher. we'll just gather our hands together from the heart and bow in. And just focusing on our love and kindness. And if you feel a need, hold the light in. If you feel well, share the light for those who need to hold. So we're surrounded by light. And then interlace your fingers, stretch it away, round your back and tuck your chin, look down and stretch out your back. And then just reach high, relax your shoulders. And take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, stretch them down to the floor. Keep your spine long. If you can lift the arms up without dropping the spine, lift them up. If you start to do this, the arms have gone too far. And then just drop your arms, bend your elbows so the hands go to the sacrum, and slide both hands over to the left side of the waist. Drop your ear to the same side. And left, right, really, as long as you do both, that's most important. And then go ahead and switch sides and reach the other ear towards the shoulder. And then drop it down. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, take the right hand to the left knee, take a twist, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, arms up. Hands down. And make your way to hands and knees. So finding a tabletop position, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Your cat-cow tilts on your inhale, drop your belly, lift your head, open your heart. Hold here, breathe. Wait for an exhale, arch high, push the floor away, hold here. Feel safe. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, squeeze the breath. And just keep moving like that, connecting to your own breath. Inhaling, sway back, and exhaling. And then wait for your next exhalation. Return to a flat back. And let's just push our hips off towards the right side. Feel that little side stretch. And then roll back towards your heels and then push it off to the other side until you end up just making a circle. Just round with the hips, feeling it in the waist. And then reverse the circle. And the next time we come to the center, just rest in child's pose. So remember, child's pose looks different for everyone. If you want to feel it in your hips, take up knees nice and wide. If you want to stay more in the back, keep them in tight. If it hurts your knees, stay up on your elbows and keep your hips high. Surrendering inward. And then shift forward, hands and knees, knees under the hips. And take your right leg straight back. Toes on the mat, press through the heel. Lift the belly, push the floor away. And then if it feels okay, float the leg. The leg is up, circle the ankle. Reverse the circle. right there, or send that left arm forward, reach and pull both directions, keep breathing. Stay here. If you want more heat, exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. So find your strength. Comes from your center. 2 more. There's 1. And 2. Hold it out long. And then put your hand down. Let that lifted foot cross over the left. Look over the left shoulder towards your toes. If you need a bigger stretch, walk your hands more to the left. And then come back to center and swing it to the right. Take your right arm high, circle the wrist. Reverse the circle. Keep it straight up, or let it go back until you feel a release in your chest, your back. And then bring your hand down, bring your knee in, and send the left leg back. Toes on the mat, press through the heel. Tuck the tailbone, lift the belly, push the floor away, and then lift the leg. If it's up, it doesn't have to be. Circle the ankle. Reverse the circle. Press through the heel, stay there, or right arm forward, reach and pull both directions. You're holding here, you're resting in child's pose, or you're adding that squeeze on the exhale. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. 2 more. Reach it out long. Put your hand down, let your foot cross over the right, look over the right shoulder towards your toes. If you need a bigger stretch, walk it more to the right. And then walk it back to center. Swing your leg to the left. Left arm high, circle the wrist. Reverse it. Keep it straight up or let it open. And then bring your hand down, bring your knee in, and tuck your toes as you press your hips back towards your heels. And breathe into your toes and feet. And then when you're ready, look forward, spread your fingers wide, and find your downward facing dog. And pedal it out, walk it out, move it around. And then come to stillness, hold your down dog, scoop your belly, relax your shoulders, and breathe. So remember, everybody's down dog looks different. You're pushing equally through the hands and feet. Some heels are going to be up. You want to be at least hips width apart. You can be wider if you have tight hamstrings. If your hamstrings are really tight, put a little bend in the knee. And then let's all shift forward like you're going to do a push-up. And let's all put our knees on the mat. Elbows rub the ribs as you lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, roll up just your head, neck, and chest, and come into Bhujangasana Cobra. Should be able to lift your hands here, warming up that middle part of your spine. And then forehead down. Inhale, up to hands and knees. Stay there, or take it back up to down dog. And again, shift forward, find your plank. Knees can drop immediately, or you can keep them up and hold it. When we're ready to lower, knees can stay lifted. If you can keep the elbows at the ribs at the same time, you shift forward slightly, bend your elbows, you might touch down, you might hover. You can do another cobra, or you can press the floor away, extend the arms, and lift it to upward facing dog. Maybe it feels good to look back over your shoulders. And then if you're in cobra, forehead down, we all go up and back and find down dog. And then walk your hands and feet towards each other and come into ragdoll. So any movement that feels good, bend your knees, sway your hips, Shake your head yes and no. Fix your pants. Grab opposite elbows. And then bend your knees, squeeze your belly, stack your vertebrae, slowly coming up. At the top, reach, keep your arms up there, relax your shoulders down. So feet maybe a little wider than hips width. Grab your right wrist and stretch it over to the left side. So option one, stay here. Option two, take that right foot behind. You're bending both knees like a curtsy and pull a little more to that side. And go ahead, take it apart, grab the other wrist, stretch it out. Stay right here, or you're taking that left foot behind, curtsy, bend both knees and pull. Feels so good, I love this one. And then go ahead, bring it back up, drop your arms, touch your thighs, and slide towards your toes. Stay right here. If it feels good, hands go behind the back. Interlace your fingers, let them pull away. Remember, if it feels like too much, it is too much. Listen to your body. Hands to the sacrum, reach towards your toes. On an inhale, push your shins away, coming into Ardha Uttanasana. So neck is in line with the spine, shoulders to the waist, reach through the crown of the head, press through the tailbone. You should feel a stretch right in here if you got it right. So if you're not sure, you can round in like a cat and notice what that feels like. Now imagine you're going back into your cow pose and see if you can find that length and breathe into it. And then soften towards your toes. Inhale, come all the way up, rounding up, stacking vertebrae at the top. Reach your arms, step it together, stretch long and tall. Drop your tailbone. Only if it feels good, add a little back bend. And then you come up straight before your hands come to your heart and drop your arms down. Nice. So go ahead, find your mountain at the top of your mat. So mountain anywhere from toes touching to feet hips width apart, outer edges parallel, equal footing, samastiti, balanced. Shoulders are back and down, palms come forward, belly lifts, tailbone drops. Lift through the heart, out through the crown of the head. Find your breath. Remember our intention, love and kindness. On an inhale, arms high. On an exhale, fold down towards your toes. On an inhale, push your shins away. Find Ardha Uttanasana. Now some of you, if you have more open hamstrings, you might find your Ardha here, touching the floor. And then exhale, soften. So Ardha means half. Go ahead, bend the knees, plant your hands, and step your left foot to the back of the mat. Drop that knee all the way down. Sink into the left hip flexor. Shine your heart open. If you have blocks, you can use them to lift the floor here. Knee over ankle in the front, safest place for your joints. Get that back knee as far away as it'll go so you can feel that stretch. And breathe. And then wait for an exhale. Send your hips back. Let your toes lift. If your hamstring's tight, hands or blocks are coming with you. If you need a bigger stretch, keep them forward and fold. And then shift the weight into the right foot. You're either going to hands and knees or straight to down dog. You can cat-cow or add your vinyasa, just like we practiced. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Watch what goes on with the neck. Keep it in line with the spine. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, hands and knees or downward facing dog. On an inhale, let your left leg lift high. Keep the toes down for a moment. Now turn them to the side. See if it'll go higher. If it feels good, bend the knee and open the hip. And then step that foot all the way up. Drop the back knee, sink into the right hip flexor, shine your heart open. Wait for your exhale, hips back, toes lift, hands come with you if the hamstring is tight. Shift the weight back into the left foot. You can take it back, hands and knees, or down dog, cat cow, rest, or as you flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. On an inhale, let your right leg lift high. Keep the toes down for a moment. Let it go as high as it'll go. Now turn the toes to the side. See if it'll go higher. Only if it feels good, bend the knee. And then step that foot all the way up. This time keep your left hand flat on your mat or your block. Right hand on your thigh above your knee. Turn and twist, look over the right shoulder. Keep that hand down or reach it high. And breathe. So I promise we'll do both sides today. I forgot it the other day. And then wait for an exhale, put the hand down, step back, rest or flow. So your rest is here. If you're flowing, go for it. Inhale, plank, exhale, lower, inhale, back bend, exhale, down dog. And then either from hands and knees or down dog, let the left leg lift. Take it high, turn it to the side. If it feels good, bend the knee, open. Keep it there, or you're gonna flip it over. So that top toe just comes down, touches the floor behind you. This leg stays straight, left arm goes up alongside the ear. Do the loud thing. And then bring that hand down. And step the left foot high. So you're back in a low lunge. This is our twist, right? Can we do that? Right hand down, left arm on the thigh, twist it open. And then go ahead, bring the hand down, and take it back. Down dog, child's pose, vinyasa, your body, your practice. Some of you have been practicing long enough. You know what you're doing. It is good to practice together. We all know we're in this together, right? To be present, connect your breath, and then lift your right leg high. Go ahead, bend the leg, open it up. Keep it there or flip it. Reach the right arm forward. And then bring the right hand down and step to the top. So this time you're coming up for your high lunge. You can push off the thigh or reach your arms back and hover. And then sweep your arms high and find high lunge, Anjaneyasana. And breathe. Stay right here or send your left arm forward, right arm back, standing twist. Some of you, it might feel good to drop your back hand to the back thigh. Left arm can go up and back a little. If your balance went crazy, that's okay. And then wait for an exhale, cartwheel your hands to the floor, step up with the left foot, and step back with the right. Come up for your high lunge. Any way you want to get there, find your pose, find your breath, find your drishti. Stay here, or right arm forward, left arm back, standing twist. Stay there, or drop your back hand, reach the right arm up, find that. Wait for an exhale, cartwheel it down. And you can step it up to ragdoll or back to down dog. If you went to down dog, you can have a vinyasa. If you don't know what I'm talking about, meet me up here, ragdoll. Getting warm, how about you guys? So if you ended up in down dog, let's all meet back at ragdoll. On an inhale, push your shin to the floor away. Find Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Stretch it at the top. Keep dropping your tailbone. Only if it feels good, add that little back bend. And then come up straight before your hands come down. Drop your arms. And find your mountain. Let go of too much heat out the mouth. And then let's just take our ankles, so our ankles are directly under our hip points, right in front. Bring your arms up in front and plug them onto the back. So if you're up here, drop them down. A good way to make sure they're there is to turn the palms in. Go ahead, bend your knees, sit your bottom back, scoop your belly, drop your tailbone, and breathe. You should be able to see your toes in front of your knees. You're still engaging your core. On an inhale, push into your feet, come up. Just let your arms come around, touch your thighs, slide towards your toes. On an inhale, push your shins away. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Stretch it out at the top. And pull your hands to your heart. And drop your arms. And then bring it back up. So you're either going to do the same thing you just did with the heels down, or this time we will keep our ankles where they are and lift your heels up as high as they'll go. Take a moment, find your balance, press through your big toes, and then you bend your knees, but this time it's like your back is sliding down a wall, so your knees are out in front. You're scooping your belly. If this doesn't feel right, you can't get it, you're just right back here. And you breathe, wherever you are. And then go ahead, press into your feet, come up, bring your arms around, touch your thighs, and slide towards your toes. And then walk both hands over to the right side of your right foot. Let the left hand grab the calf or ankle, reach the right arm high. Stay there, or you can put a bend in that left knee, get you a stretch right there. And then go ahead, switch sides, right arm across, left arm high, bend the right knee. And then go ahead, drop it down, grab opposite elbow, sway a little side to side. And then bend your knees and round it up to standing. Arms reach at the top, stretch it out if it feels good. You can always add that little back bend. And then come up straight. And hands to the heart. Drop your arms. And we'll go into C position. You can go back to A or B if C doesn't work. So the feet stay apart. The arms are up just like before, here or here. And we're going to bring our knees together. And then lift our heels. It's also known as awkward pose. And then we're going to sink low. And breathe. You can go back to A or B. I'll show you what it looks like. So if you can come all the way down, this is way too easy. You got to bring it back up 2 inches. And breathe. Use your core. Now press into your feet. Come up. Drop your arms. Let them come around. Touch your thighs. Slide towards your toes. And breathe. So your option is to stay right here. Or walk your feet apart, coming into your squat position. So Malasana, elbows above the knees, high squat. If you have knee issues, keep them high. If it feels good on hips and knees, drop them low towards the floor. Some of you are going to be able to bring the elbows inside. Some of you are going to be able to bring your thumbs to your sternum, and you're all breathing and you're not creating pain in your bodies. You're finding your perfect pose. You're breathing. Those of you who are here and you're like, oh, this feels so good, you can add on by taking the left arm, reaching across, grabbing the right ankle, and then reaching the right arm up. Remember, come out if you get into pain. You can just hang out in ragdoll. And then switch sides. Right arm high. And then bring it down. If you went low, bring your elbows back above your knees. Push together to come up. Hang out, grab opposite elbows, sway a little, let your back relax. And I'll give you an option here. Some of you are just going to stay here because it feels good. You can go back into that squat and hold it. Those of you who have a crow practice, palms are flat. Feet about a foot or so behind the wrist but together. So the feet are going to be wired. Your arms are like chaturanga distance. Lift your heels up and just bend your knees like you're going to tuck them up into the armpits. And this might be like you can hang out here and just say, oh, I know that. It's kind of crazy. All right. If you get more comfortable, keep bending into the elbows, but keep looking forward. If you look back, you're going to roll or maybe end up in a headstand. And so stay here, or you're going to squeeze your belly, lift one toe, put it down, lift the other toe, put it down. If they both come up, work them together. And breathe. And that's your crow or Bakasana. Hold it as long as you'd like. If you have a shoot back practice, go for it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, hang out, go to child's pose. If you're in crow, here's what the shoot back looks like. It's head forward, feet back. You end up in chaturanga, like so. Inhale, find your back bend. And exhale, find down dog. We'll all meet in child's pose. Just rest in child's pose, roll out your wrists. And then we'll come back either from hands and knees or down dog. Let the right leg lift. As you exhale, bring that foot all the way to the top. Keep that back heel up, coming up for high lunge. You can reach back and hover or push off the thigh. Make your way up, high lunge, and breathe. Keep lifting the belly, dropping the tailbone. And then go ahead, turn that back foot to the side, open the arms out so you're in warrior two position, and breathe. Now flip the right hand, stretch it back, humble warrior. You can keep the bend or lose it in the front, it can be here. And then wait for an exhale, go back to warrior two. And let's just do that twice. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. As Belinda says, painting the rainbow. And then come back to warrior two. Straighten the right leg. Right arm stretches out over the front foot. And then the hand reaches down to your shin. Left arm is straight up unless you have an injury. Then keep it down here. So you're still tugging the tailbone. You're still lifting the belly. You should feel a stretch right here. The shoulders rolling away. If you look down, you should see your shin. If you're looking down at the mat, you need to pull it back in with the hip. Maybe you need to come a little higher. So it's like you're between two sheets of glass. Classically, the gaze goes at the top hand. If that bothers your neck, look to the side or look down. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And then squeeze your belly tight, press into both feet, come up and stretch it back. And then just drop the arm. You're just going to heel toe the left foot up a little and square up your hips towards the front of the mat. So setting up for a pyramid. So pull back on the right hip, forward on the left. And we'll just say hands on the thigh today. So if you keep your fingers level, you'll keep your shoulders level. So inhale, long spine, exhale, slide down the leg. So if you go here and you find you reach more through one leg, you're going to twist the spine. Twist the spine. If you keep them level, your hamstring will tell you when to stop. So it's also known as intense hamstring stretch. So you're trying to get that spot where you feel the stretch right here in the middle, but you're not bending the knee because that takes it out of the hamstring and puts it in the quads. And some of you are going to be able to keep folding. Your belly might touch your thigh. If you easily reach the foot, you might be able to separate your hands. Remember, you're stopping where it feels good for you. Some of you are going to keep reaching chin towards your shin. That comes easy. It might feel good to walk your hands towards the back foot. And breathe. And then walk your hands back to the front. Let's all lengthen up. We're going to try to keep our left hand down on the floor here. So if you need a block, grab a block. If it's way too much, then just hang out here. But if it feels okay, we're going to send the right arm high. You're going to twist it open and breathe. And then bring that hand down. And take it back to down dog or child's pose. Hold, flow, or rest, whatever you need. So love and kindness, it starts with ourselves and we share it with others. So we have to be kind to our bodies. And then we'll all meet back, either hands and knees or down dog. And let your left leg lift high. And then exhale, just step it all the way up. And make your way up to your high lunge. Find your pose, find your breath. Now you're just going to take that back foot, turn it to the side, let your arms fall open, find your warrior two. So same thing applies that we talked about in previous days. You don't let the knee go past the ankle. Knee tracks to the pinky toe. Tailbone still drops. The stretch is mostly here, inner thigh. And you're breathing. So it's a hip opener. And then flip the left hand and stretch it back. So remember, you can keep the bend for more heat. You can lose the bend for less. And then wait for an exhale, go back to warrior two. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, warrior two. Just do two more on your own. And then come back to warrior two, hold it, and straighten the left leg. Stretch your arm out before it reaches down. Right arm up unless you have an injury. Make all those adjustments. Drop your tailbone, lift your belly, breathe right here. Find the gaze that works. Check out the shoulder, check out the floor below you. Imagine you're between two sheets of glass and you're breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Now squeeze your belly tight, press into both feet, come up, stretch back one more time. And then drop the arm, and then heel toe, your right foot up and over. Square up your hips so they're forward. Hands on your thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. So see what works. Remember, fingers level, keeps the shoulders level, keeps the spine level. Stay up high or go all the way down. If you easily touch the floor, maybe your hands walk back, maybe your chin comes to your shin. Keep breathing. And if you walked away, bring them back to the front. Now your right hand is flat. Remember, you can have your block there, and you're going to twist it open. If the twist is not feeling good or the floor is too far away, hang out in your forward fold. And then go ahead and bring that hand down. And you have a choice here. You can step up to ragdoll and rest, or you can step it back to down dog. If you went to down dog, you can add a vinyasa. If you chose to be in ragdoll, you might want to take your hands, if you're easily low here, you can deepen it by taking your hands behind, wrap your forearms around, and work the forehead towards the shins. If you went to down dog, bring both feet back to the top. On an inhale, find Ardha Uttanasana. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Stretch it out at the top. Drop your tailbone. Only if it feels good, add that little back bend. And then come up straight before your hands come down and drop your arms. So go ahead, left foot balance. So from your mountain, your left foot stays where it is, your right toe goes back. So remember, the straight line is more important than how low you go. Arms, let's all go here for now. So belly in, and the straight line. So you might pivot, you might lift just a teeny bit, keeping that straight line. You might be able to keep going. Some of you might be able to come parallel to the floor. So if you go here with the leg up, then that's the wrong position. You want to keep lifting through the heart, keeping your spine long and breathing. Now pivot back to standing. You can stop right here or take your hands to your waist. See if you can bring that right ankle up, get the ankle under the knee, flex the foot. Now don't lean back if you're going to extend the leg. Hold it, point the toe, hold it, and drop it. And shake it out. And then spread your right toes, take your left leg back, setting up. So this is a beautiful Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. You can stay here. If you're adding on, you're just pivoting on the hips. Keep that back hip closed. Lift a little or go parallel to the floor. Keep breathing. And now pivot back to standing. Stop there or hands to the waist. Bring the ankle all the way to the front. Flex it. Now don't lean back if you're going to extend the leg. Point the toe. Hold it. And drop it down. Shake it out. And find your mountain. Think about what you need. You can stay here with your eyes closed. Or inhale high. Exhale, fold. You can stay here. You can go into your squat. You can walk it back and have a vinyasa if you like to flow. If you went to down dog, bring both feet back to the top. On an inhale, find Ardha Uttanasana. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Stretch it at the top. Drop your tailbone. Only if it feels good. Add a little back bend. And then come up straight before your hands come down. And drop your arms, coming into mountain. All right, so for our second balance, let's just do, we'll do King Dancer. So if you have knee issues, King Dancer might not feel good. So you can go back to Warrior 3 and practice again, the same one we just did. If it doesn't bother your knee, you're gonna flip the right thumb back, kick the foot up, catch the top of the foot, left arm alongside the ear. If balance is your issue, feel spine on the knee, go over so you're facing a wall, you can touch the wall with this left hand. And then you're gonna hinge forward, reach through the arm, push the foot away behind you. You might lift a little. You might be able to pivot about 45 degrees. Some of you are gonna be able to push that foot up towards the ceiling. And you're all breathing. And then pivot back to standing. And drop it. Shake it out. And switch to the right foot. So remember, if it bothers this knee, Warrior 3 is your option. Feels okay, left thumb back, kick it up. Right arm up, engage, and hinge. Push the foot, charge with the right arm. Squeeze the muscles to the bones, and breathe. And then hinge back to standing. Drop it and shake it out. And find your mountain. Let go of too much heat. I'm finding that these videos take longer than when I'm teaching. On an inhale, arms up. I guess I'm talking a lot. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, take it back. You can have your flow, you can rest. In down dog or child's pose, maybe your flow is cat-cow. And then wait for your next exhale. Return to your flat back. And let's all lower down to our elbows. Get the elbows under the shoulders and interlace your fingers. Stacked here. Tuck your toes, scoop your belly. And this is your option one. You're gonna hang out right here. And you're gonna breathe. Because you're already using your core, you're already using your shoulders. If it feels okay, press your hips high and it becomes dolphin. So dolphin, shoulders are reaching to the waist, you're looking down at that triangle you've created. Hang out, rest, come in and out as you need to. I'll give you guys time to do all that. If you want to work core, you can inhale, you can shift the plank and hold here. Or you can add your breath, exhale back, inhale forward. If you have a forearm balance or a headstand practice, that's an opportunity as well. When you're done, just rest in child's pose, come in and out resting as you need to. So if you have a headstand practice, crown of the head down, wrap the hands around, shoulders reach towards the waist. And then don't get a bunch of weight in the head. Most of it's in the elbows. And then you might lift the one toe, put it down, with the other toe, put it down. Your first option is going to be here, and you're going to stay in that little ball right here. And then as you get more comfortable, the legs can go up. And I put a little banana back there. I'm going to push my heels back. I'm going to hug my ribs in. This is hard to do, hard to talk while you're doing it. All right, you guys know your options, right? So hang out here, you have Ardha Sirsasana, that's in your practice. Like so. And you're done, rest in child's pose. And let's take about 3 more breaths to finish up. If you've been inverted, take a little bit of time relaxing in child's pose. And then make your way up to hands and knees. So this is one of my favorite stretches after I do that, working my back. You're going to take your left leg off to the side. Reach your left arm out and up. And then, that's your right arm. Out and up. And then you're going to thread it under. Relax the shoulder, relax the side of the head. And the focus is on relaxing the shoulder and feeling maybe a little release in the back. You can push into that left hand. You can walk the hand forward, tripod the fingers. If you're going to twist it open, you're going to keep the hand on the floor, the palm facing down, and you only walk it as far as you can do without bending the elbow. And then that'll deepen the release in your back. If you moved your left hand, walk it back around, press into the left hand and reach out and up with the left, right. And then drop it down. And then switch. And then its left arm goes out and up. Exhale, thread it under and breathe. So options, hang out, rest. If you're adding on, the fingers walk forward. You walk them over the top of your head, only as far as you can walk without having to bend the elbow. Because if you go too far, you'll flip over. Not a big deal, just looks like that one. How many of you did that? All right, go ahead, bring it back around, press into the right hand, reach out and up with the left. Remember, it's all practice. It's only practice for life. Bring it in and rest in child's pose. So you can stay here. You can press it up to downward facing dog. If you're up there, you want to add your last vinyasa, go for it. And then we'll all meet at hands and knees. Just do a few cat-cow tilts, release your spine. And then come onto your bottom. Swing your legs around to the front. And we'll do our closing poses. We'll do a few back bends at the end. All right, so keep your left leg out. Bring your right leg up. Heart up, shoulders down. Let's keep this foot here or cross it. Hug the knee with the left. Look to the right. Keep your spine tall. And breathe. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Some of you are going to add that elbow deep in the twist. If you have something else you'd like to add here, you're always welcome to add. I'm going to keep it basic here. And then wait for an exhale. Unwind to the other side and look around, counter twisting. And come back to center and switch. Heart up, shoulders down. Keep it or cross it. Hug the knee with the right, look to the left. Find your pose. Find your breath. And then wait for your exhale, unwind, look around to the other side. And then come back to center and switch sides. So keep your left leg out, right leg up. This time let it fall open, sit up tall. Put your right hand on your knee, just so you get the belly button over the left thigh. And then inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold forward. Looks different for everyone. Don't strain to get there. Just relax when you feel your full stretch. And breathe. Some of you who are able to fold all the way down might reach the left hand past the foot and grab the wrist or above the wrist. And then lift your head, look at your toes, squeeze your belly, lock your thumbs, come up, and drop it down. Switch legs, bring it up and in, left hand on the knee, look over, twist over the right. Inhale high, exhale, fold and surrender. So I learned this from my teacher Nora when we were going through training. First training I completed in 2006. And that's it. Everybody's stress is different, and no stress or what you're dealing with in life is greater than the other. Although sometimes, we might think so. We might minimize our own stress, comparing it to others. But we all deal with what we have to deal with, and we all need to give each other space, and love and kindness. And then look at your toes, squeeze your belly, come up, and drop it down. Both legs out, hands alongside the hips, flex the feet, drop the chin, engage the belly, Dandasana, staff pose. Option one, you can stay right here. Feels good, reach high on the inhale, exhale, surrender forward. Whatever hand variation you like, maybe it's touching your legs, maybe it's grabbing your feet or toes or beyond your feet. Keep breathing. And then lift your head, look at your toes, squeeze your belly, lock your thumbs, come up, and drop it down to the sides. Just bend your knees, pick up your bottom, slide it towards your heels, and come all the way onto your back. So setting up, we'll do 2 back bends, or you can just skip it. You can just be ready for Shavasana, take a twist. If you're doing your back bends, you can start with bridge. If you want to do 2 wheels, feel free to start there. Arms alongside the body, gaze is up, feet hips width apart, parallel, close to the body. Inhale, press into your hands and feet. Tilt your pelvis, lift up 1 vertebrae at a time. Squeeze your inner thighs together, not to touch.
but just so you're using the inner thigh muscles and you're not spreading your legs out, creating tension in the low back. Some of you are going to be able to interlace your fingers behind the back, physically walk the shoulders together. If that's not happening, don't worry about it. Just breathe. Your pose is perfect right where you are. The breath is in the throat. We're compressing our thyroid. And then wait for an exhale, slowly lower down. Windshield wiper your legs, side to side. And just rest. So you can rest with your knees together, your feet wide, or you can take your feet together and let your knees fall open. This is my favorite release between back bends. But again, just like our dealing with stress, that's different too. So stay here, resting. Or second and last back bend. If you have something else you prefer, that's always an option for you. So it can be bridge again. If you're working on wheel, fingers over the shoulders, elbows to the sky. You're going to just tilt the pelvis, lift up just like before, hang out, or push into your hands and work on reaching up through the arms. Comes easy for you. You're going to start walking, hands and feet closer together. You can lift the heels. Just see what feels good for you. Breathe. Now, if you're in wheel, you want to make sure you lower down. When you still have control, tuck the chin back of the head first. Lower down, and everybody hug the knees in. Rock it out. Let go of too much heat. Just gently let both knees fall to the right and look to your left. If you have a twist you prefer, feel free to add that. And then go ahead, come up, and let it go to the other side. Up, hug it in, rock it out. Stay here or bottoms of the feet together. Press your knees to the front of your mat. Feet up in the air. Stay there or both feet high. Happy baby. Any movement that feels good. Rock a little. Bend your knees. Straighten your knees. I guess that's bend your legs. Straighten your legs. And then if your feet are up, bring them in. If your knees are wide, pull them together. If it feels okay, hug yourself up into a tight little ball. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, stretch it out in both directions. And relax. Find Shavasana. So if you prefer a longer Shavasana, just go ahead and mute me. Turn me off. We'll do maybe about 5 minutes or so if you want to keep the audio on. And just imagine a beautiful golden light enters the body through the crown of your head. As the light pours through your body, it brings warmth and relaxation to the scalp, forehead, all the features of your face. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. The neck and shoulders are relaxed. The arms, hands, and fingers. Chest with your heart and lungs. Your abdomen with your organs. The upper, middle, and lower back are relaxed. The hips, the pelvis, the buttocks, the thighs, the knees, the calves and shins, completely relaxed. This state of peace is your true nature. Take a few moments just to be. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy, safe, and free. May my existence in some way contribute to that freedom. Bring your awareness to your breath. Deepen your breath. Let it fill your body. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Move your hands and feet, your arms and legs, until you're ready for a big stretch, fingertips to toes. And if it feels good, hug yourself up into a tight little ball one last time. Give yourself a hug. And then take a moment. You can roll to your right side for more relaxation, left side for more energy, with your head resting on the arm under you in the fetal position. And when you're ready, make your way back up to your comfortable seat, and we'll close our practice. Find your breath. Remember, your peace is always within, regardless of what goes on around you. And share your light. The world needs it. Hands to the heart. Bow in. Give gratitude. And look for joy. Namaste. Thank you all.